So let's build your talent P&L. And let's do it fast. No PhD math, no analytics team required. Let's just get to what's going to make a difference. So first, what are we making? Well, we're going to build a document with two sections. We're going to have the costs we can reduce and the value we can create. And then one big number at the bottom that we're going to think of as your net impact. That's the whole game. So it's pretty straightforward once we put it all together. So don't be scared off by the terminology or even the language talent P&L. That sounds like something finance should do. No, it's something you need to do. But luckily, we're going to walk you through the process step by step. Step one, open a Google Sheet. Create a tab called Inputs. Now here are the inputs you're going to need. It's not too much, not really crazy. We're going to start with category one, hiring demand. So we're going to list the number of hires anticipated this year and the number of open roles you have right now and your critical roles list. Now, critical roles means the roles that are literally blocking growth, not the roles that are just annoying. Focus on what matters to the people you're trying to impress. That's leadership. What is going to slow growth? That's really what they care about. Category two, direct spend. So what's your agency spend been for the last 12 months? What about your job ads, your paid media, any other kind of, hey, look at me money spent in the last 12 months or you anticipated having to spend in the next 12 months? Optionally, if you can pull it down, you want your recruiting tools cost and the recruiting team fully loaded cost. That means all salaries, all benefits, all the tools needed for their work, anything ancillary that, they get to do their job. Now, do me a favor, don't equate optional with meaning never. We're going to get to it eventually. And if you don't have it immediately, that's fine, but you should be looking to collect that data. All right, category three, funnel performance. Time to fill by role family. Offer acceptance rate by role family. Your source mix, direct referrals, job boards, and agencies. Optionally, but powerfully, and you may have to talk to HR to collect this data, get early attrition in the first 90 days. How many people are you losing in the first 90 days? Why is that important? Because they were not good hires. They were bad fits for whatever reason. They just didn't work out, and you want to track all of those. Category four, vacancy cost. What does it cost when there's no one doing the job? Now, there are a couple ways you can do it, so pick one, just one, and focus on it, and I'm going to give you some options here. The first is revenue per employee per day. That's annual revenue divided by headcount divided by 260 workdays. Yeah, it's rough and ready, but it's enough. Option B, throughput proxy. What is the value per shift or per day times lost capacity? That will help you understand on a much more granular level where the money is going and where the money is being lost. Or option C, delay cost proxy. Overtime and contractor cover plus project delay risk. So what does it cost to have no one in that seat? There's lack of someone not being there, and there's the cost of someone not being there, and there's the cost of everybody else having to take cover for those people, to cover that stuff. Now, if you're in a position where overtime and contractor cover works, well, that's great. If you're not, go with one of the other options. Now, the goal here is not precision. The goal is credibility amongst leaders. You want to document your assumptions, document your processes, and move on. You're not creating a dissertation. You're simply saying, look, this was our model by which we did this. And if someone wants to argue with you later, they can, but you need to document it. Okay, let's create a second tab on that spreadsheet. We're going to call it model. Now, here's the math. First, you want your baseline cost per hire. Simple. What does it cost to hire someone? Now take agency spend and ad spend and tools and recruiter costs if you have it and divide them all by the total number of hires. That is your current baseline of what it costs to bring a body and put it in a seat. Second, vacancy cost savings. This is your headline. Vacancy cost savings is the vacancy cost per day times days reduced times number of hires in that role family. Now you're showing that by hiring well and hiring relatively quickly, you are driving value creation. Now we're going to add 3 scenarios. And trust me, leadership loves scenario planning, loves scenario planning. They will be thrilled to bits that you are doing scenario planning. And the 3 scenarios are very simple. The first is conservative. You're going to reduce time to fill by 7 days. Okay? And you're going to make adjustments depending on your industry. If that seems completely out of line, you'll see with the other options, the other scenarios, how to adjust. The second scenario is a base scenario, reduced by 14 days. Simple. And the third is an aggressive scenario, reducing by 21 days, your cost of your time to hire by 21 days. Okay. Those three scenarios will help you understand where are we attacking? Because you want to make it really clear what the value brought in is of doing this work well, right? It's not about administrative costs, it's about creating value. Third, what is your offer acceptance impact? Offer acceptance is a huge proxy for how well you're recruiting and how well you're bringing the right people in. Pick some sort of decline penalty, 10 or 20 days. So if someone says no, how long does it take you to bring someone back in? Do you start from square one or do you go back to the well of applicants who just showed up? Doesn't matter. Either way, there is a penalty, a time penalty in hiring that person. You can calculate it in money, but you can also calculate it in time. And when we calculate it in time, as we've seen, we're actually calculating value. Because when the offer gets declined, roles stay open later. Agencies start showing back up. People start answering their phone calls, and that's a bad sign. Your offer acceptance savings equals the number of offers times improvement in acceptance rate times the decline in penalty days times vacancy cost per day. Again, this is just executive decision math. This is back of the napkin. Everybody understands the idea, how to make better decisions, not academic research. All right? So let's build the document. Open a slide or a doc, and we're going to call it the Talent P&L Summary. And by the way, when leaders see this, they will do a double take and they will lean in. They will want to know what you're about to show them. They will be super interested in what you've just done. Right there, huge win. Page 1 is the only page that most leaders are even going to bother read. So make sure you put in it the most critical information. It must include your 3 biggest cost leaks, which are usually agencies, ads, and vacancies. You're just piling up those buckets and showing them exactly where the money is being lost. Don't take it personally. Just show this is the leak in our funnel. Then show your top 2 constraints, your role families that break this plan, and your baseline versus targets. Use conservative targets and then show net impact. And finally, and this is where things get real, the decisions that are needed. Not budget needed, decisions. Do you need to spend money on an employer brand? Do you need to spend money on an CRM? Do you need to figure out how to fix onboarding? Do you need some sort of other situation? How are you going to solve the problem? Keep the budget off the board for the moment. Show that you have a problem. Show that you have possible solutions and what decisions need to be made. Page 2 is your assumptions. Now again, most people won't get to that, but it's there documented should that document get passed around. What are your inputs? Your vacancy method, your scenario definitions. That is it. Do not try and stuff it like a Christmas goose. Keep it simple. You want someone, a leader, to read this and scan this very quickly and understand exactly your situation and the cost and value by making these decisions. That's it. Now, optionally, you might want to throw in an appendix with lots of other details if someone asks or just to kind of backstop you, but that's 3rd page at best. Primarily, you're going to lead with a 1-pager. Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you how to use this to impress your leadership, to change the conversation, to get invited to better meetings. That's the power of the P&L, the Talent P&L. This video series is brought to you by Becoming Choosable, available on Amazon now.